Hey everybody! Oh, let me get some lights on. Just realized I'm not too dark, but let's go ahead and turn on the lights too. There we go. Okay. How's everyone doing today? First live stream of 24. I was looking at the 2023 live streams, and I was a little inconsistent from like the end of summer on, or throughout the summer because I was in Brazil all summer. So sorry about that. I'll try to be better this year. Um, but anyway, we're here. That's all that counts. So if you notice the topic today, it was actually a live stream I tried to do in November, and if anyone remembers that, it was an epic fail. That day, I remember that day. It was like everything went wrong that day, and yeah, remember the live stream didn't work. We ended up going into the hangout and kind of did an ad hoc hangout that didn't get recorded or anything. So I've wanted to redo that. So here we are today. Hopefully, luckily I still have all my notes from that day. I remember. I understand most of my. So sometimes you take notes and you go, "What? I typed that sentence, but I don't know what that means now." It made sense to me on that day, but anyway. So Mr. Cole, Dr. Bob, Franco, Martin, thanks for coming in. Mark, Woolwine. Woolwine? Is that how you would say it? I feel it's something different. Woolwine. Woolwine? Wolven? I don't know. Mark, thanks for popping in. And David, Mr. Powers, Scott, Tony, aloha. Mr. Workman's in the house. The other Mr. Workman. Excellent. Fernando, thanks for popping on. And actually, okay, remind me. So I thought I'd start something new this year. Okay. And at the live stream, we're going to do some trivia. Okay. Oh, I had a question. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I forgot to research it. I might have to research it at the end. I'm gonna do some trivia, and we're gonna give out some store credit, some Weaver bucks. Let's call them Weaver bucks. How about that? Okay. So we're gonna give out some Weaver bucks to two people. We'll do two. Okay. So if you stay at the end, we're gonna do that. We'll do a little contest. See what your Weaver knowledge is, or your Stacks history, your Weaver space history. Okay. So I thought that would be fun, something to do. Hopefully I remember to do it. Remind me at the end. We'll do some trivia. Okay. Today we are going to talk about what are we talking about? Total CMS blog, like layouts, right? So basically, how can we customize our layouts using Total CMS? There's a lot of small little intricacies. We're going to use the power of Foundation 6 on some swatches and classes and all that stuff to kind of do some custom styling. And so yeah, let's go ahead and jump in on it. And share my screen. There we go. Okay. Let's move this over here. All right, we got, let's just open up that. Okay. Here we go. Let's go ahead and let's preview this really quick. Okay. And actually, I have a new kind of setup here. Let's make sure I have. Oh, I don't have MAMP running, and now. Okay. There we go. Wait. And let's just go ahead and publish locally to make sure I have the latest locally. All right. And let's just look at this. What? Did MAMP not start? What the heck? Oh, start. Rookie. All right. And then I think this page is what, like blog test. Boom. Okay. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to be using MAMP locally, so I don't have to worry. It's going to be a lot faster because I publish to my local machine, super quick for live streams. And then I won't go into it, but now the host that I use on my sandbox site, like sometimes if I publish too often, like they like block publishing, and then you have to sit and wait for like a minute or so, and kind of annoying. So MAMP solves that. If you don't know what MAMP is, go check out. I have a live stream I did last year, testing websites locally. Pretty slick. Okay. And so, yeah, if you go to preview.joeworkman.net, you're not going to work because it's only local to my machine. Okay. And I used preview because, back in the day, no one used sandbox, whatever, right? So sandbox.joeworkman.net, was like my sandbox. And now everybody has a sandbox site. So if I type sandbox in my URL bar, like it comes up with every other person's sandbox. And so I have to type out a lot. So I switched from sandbox to preview now. So there we go. Anyway. Okay. So first off, we are going to, let's look at blog list. What are some things we can do with blog list? Now, this is just some sample blog post data. It's obviously not anything fancy. Actually, even this, I should probably delete that hello one. That's pretty retarded. But here, let's go ahead and go to the blog admin. What blog is that? I don't even know what one that is. It doesn't have a link. Whatever. Okay. Oops. It doesn't have any. That is weird. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix this. This is article post. No, this one. That's crazy. Let's go back to my admin here. Huh. Crazy. Whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't want to waste your time with that. Okay. So we have a blog list. Now, if you know, blog has a lot of different fields that we can utilize. Okay. And we can actually customize the look and feel of individual blog posts in the blog list based on those fields. What do I mean by that? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's tweak this a little bit. Let's go ahead and add in some content. Let's add in, I don't even know what this sample data has, to be honest with you. So we might have to tweak the data a little bit here. I like doing things off the cuff for you guys so that I don't have like a pretty demo already done and set up. You guys can kind of see me and watch me build it. And sometimes I fail and sometimes I flounder and flap around like a dead fish, just like a lot of you sometimes, right? So it's no big deal. And just like right now, I was looking for those stacks here when they're right here in the menu. Rookie. Okay. I'm just going to add tags into here. Let's add categories and labels and author. I'm not going to try to make this look pretty. I just want to have this stuff in here. Okay. Just so we can see it. All right. And because we're doing locally, there we go. Okay. A lot of these don't have a lot. Okay. Well, let's look at this one here. This is a test from Zapier, right? You see, this is my summary. Tags, this one has tag 1 and tag 2, category cat 1, cat 2, label 1, label 2, by Joe Workman. Okay. Now let's say I wanted to utilize something like tags, and everything that has the tag of tag 1. Okay, I wanted to style it a certain way. Okay, how can we do that? Right. So, am I noticing in the chat anyone getting weird screen flashing? Oh, hopefully it's just a minor glitch on your sides, guys. I'm gonna keep on going. Okay. So let's say I wanted to categorize or style everything that has tag 1. Okay. And the same thing would apply to category 1, label 1, or anything that has an author of Joe Workman. Okay. Now, first let's just do it, and then I'll show you how we can customize that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do I have 5 site styles in there? I'm just going to add swatches to this page. Let's just go ahead and add a swatches stack to the top here. Okay. And just so we can make it easy to see, I'm just going to do background color. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a background. And I'm just going to do it, and then I'll show you how I knew this. Okay. So what we're going to do is, remember I said anything that had the tag of tag 1. Okay. So I'm going to do tag -tag 1 as the class. Okay. And we're just going to do background color. And here, let's go ahead and let's make that something like, I don't know, like that. Okay, whatever. So everything that has the tag of tag 1 is going to have a background color of that. Let's go ahead and publish that. There we go. And refresh. What? Hold on. See, look at that. Rookie. Tag 1. Is it browser cache? Do I need a force? Let's try that. That's a weird one. There must be something else with a background color on that. Okay. Here, interesting. I just want to look at that really quick. It's because the setting from the blog list stack is overriding it. So in order to override that, you need a bang important. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Okay. Let me go ahead and, so you see, there we go. Right. I'm just using background color. I'm not going to go through all the other options. I mean, you could style things in infinite amount of ways. Okay. But I just want to teach you how you can target a particular item and then apply whatever styles you want. Okay. Now you could apply this. Let's say I wanted to style, instead of the post itself, I wanted to target the image or maybe the header. Okay. Let's go ahead and do maybe, what is this, the title? Oops, I didn't want that. Darn it. I think that's just post title. All right, so let's just do post title. Let's say I wanted to make the background, let's just stick with background color. I wanted to target the post title of everything that has a parent class of tag 1. All right, just to show you different ways that you could do it, right? So you could target things inside, not just the post itself. Okay, and let's go ahead and publish that. Right. So now at that point, I'm only styling that header. Why did I click on that again? Jesus. Okay. But the key here is knowing how to target a category or a tag or an author or a label. How do we know what those are? Right. So let's go ahead and show you. Total CMS does this by default. You actually can't even turn it off. Okay, so Total CMS does this for you automatically. You don't need to turn on anything. It just does it. Okay, and what it will do is for every blog post, it's going to add a ton of classes based on genre, category, tag, label, and author. So it's going to add a class to every single blog post for every author, genre, category, tag, and label. And if you can kind of see those here, let's go ahead and make my text a little bit bigger. You'll notice some of these don't have anything, right? This is just dummy test data. I probably should take the time to create a nicer, rich set of test data. It's on my to-do list. But if you notice here, I have author-Joe Workman, genre-automated, category-cat1, category-cat2, right? So if you notice, if you see the pattern here, you'll notice that the field name is at the beginning, so author dash, and then the author is Joe Workman for this post. So it did author-Joe-Workman. Okay. For genre, this had a genre of automated, so it did genre-automated, so on and so forth. Okay. So you see, it does a lot of really cool stuff. Joe, how do you target it without a swatch? CSS. Okay, I'll go into that in a little bit, but swatches are just CSS. If you wanted to target something and style it and customize it for everything, you need to know CSS or swatches. I mean, that's just the power of swatches. Okay, so there we go. Now, hold on. I'm going to rewind. Let me finish this synopsis and then we'll talk about that. That's a very good question, though, Alex. Thank you for mentioning that. So hopefully you guys can see the pattern here on how I can determine just by adding tags or categories or labels, how I can target a particular blog post in my blog list. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. This is very powerful. And I'll be honest, I don't think a lot of people use this. All right. Other things, featured. All right, so here, let's go ahead and let's go to admin. Oh, this one, this is my test. Oh, it's set to be draft though. Let's go ahead and edit this. I'm going to turn, who was the guy who made this page? I don't know which one is featured and which one is draft. What the heck? That guy needs to be fired. Let's see. This one is featured. So I want to turn draft off on this one. All right, and save it. Oops. There we go. All right, we'll go back to blog content. There we go. All right. This particular post, if you notice, this one was set to featured, and it also has the featured tag. Okay. Now this particular blog list has draft hidden, okay, but draft and archived add classes as well. Okay, so you could target everything that is a draft and everything that is archived and style those different ways. Okay, so there we go. And if you see, this one has other, category love, category hate, category blogs, tag hipster, tag blog, tag win, featured. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. So that's a very powerful way, because a lot of times if you want to, if you have a featured post, you might want to style it a different way, right? And with swatches, it's not just changing the style of something. Maybe you use like the display swatch to completely hide or show something, right? You could do that as well. So like for all featured posts, maybe you want to hide a certain number of data, or for non-featured posts, maybe you want to hide something, right? So you could do all that with swatches, right? Because it's just hiding and showing and customizing the styles of things. So hopefully you guys can take that concept and run with it. Okay. Now, there are a couple caveats. There are some really cool things. I'm going to go ahead and let's go into this blog post here, this test blog post. Okay, since I know it's this featured one. There is a cool feature. It is a definite power user feature. So let's say you want to use tags. Okay. I believe this is tags. Again, I didn't add any labels to these fields. How horrible is that? Let's look. Is this tags? Yes, this is tags. I just want to make sure that. Let's say you're actually displaying your tags on the web page, and you want to have like a special tag that you can utilize maybe for swatches, but you don't want that to be displayed when you're displaying your other tags. So there is a special syntax for your tags that if you start a tag with a dash, it will not get displayed on the user interface side. Okay, let me show you. So let's go ahead and let's do, I'm going to do comma, and I'm going to do dash live stream. Okay, so I added a dash live stream, or just to not confuse you, I'm going to do dash live stream. Okay, and we're going to save that. Let's go back. And if I refresh, how come tags isn't showing up here? Oh, tags is up here. Hipster blog win. Okay. So I was like, how come it's not displaying? I just added a tag. Well, if you notice here in the tags, we have hipster blog and win. Okay. But let's go ahead and inspect this. And what we should notice is, oh no, that tag, that is not added to classes. Interesting. Okay. So you can use that in things like the some other things I've been showing on later, which is the blog rules, but it doesn't show up in the classes. I actually forgot about that. That's interesting. Okay. Remember that dash trick. We'll show you how that will help you in the future. I thought that helped with classes as well. Very interesting. Okay. Ghost tag. Yeah. yeah, the ghost tag is not showing up. Okay. It did do its job. As you see here, it's not showing up. But it also does not show up as a class, which is unfortunate. I thought that actually could be useful. I might go ahead and ship an update that adds that class, because that could be useful. Okay. Let me back up a little bit and answer Alex's question. Okay. So she was curious about, she wants to utilize this feature that I just showed, but maybe she doesn't have swatches, or maybe she's using a theme, and if she has swatches, but maybe the theme she's using isn't Foundation 6. Okay. So first thing off, let me say that swatches are not specific to just Foundation. While you get them when you purchase Foundation, you can actually use them in other themes. Okay. About 90% of them. Okay. There are some that are very highly specific to Foundation, but generalized things such as background color and font size and rounded corners or margins and padding and showing and hiding things. Those are all very generic things that you can actually utilize those swatches in any theme. Okay. Now, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole today, because that would probably take me another hour. Okay, to kind of showing off on how that can all work. But I do want to mention that while if you own Foundation, you're not limited to using the swatches in just Foundation, because it is just CSS, and CSS works everywhere. Use them in Foundry, use them in your favorite theme, use them in Source, use them in whatever. Okay. A majority of them will work. I can't say all, because again, there are some things that, like the menu swatch, is highly specific to Foundation. Okay. But most of the swatches, I'd probably say 85 to 90% of the swatches, okay, are completely generic. So you can use them wherever. So as long as those other places that you're using it support a class, and class is an option inside of a default stack setting. So we have access to a class pretty much everywhere. Okay, so yeah, there we go. And if you don't have Foundation 6 and you don't have the swatches, then you can just learn CSS. And you can use the classes that I've defined in the blog list in your CSS. I just think swatches are a powerful way for you to create CSS without having to learn the syntax and all the options. Because sometimes you're like, you don't know all the options. I've done all the work for you in swatches. So whether or not you use Foundation 6 to build your websites or not, swatches are powerful. And I'd say purchase Foundation 6 even if you want to use a different theme for swatches to use everywhere. So there we go. Let's head back into the next demo. Okay. And this next one is a pretty interesting idea. And it also is using, hold on. Let's see if I saved a little bit to save me some time here. I didn't save it. Of course I didn't save it. Okay. We're going to build out something here. Okay. Let's just go ahead and add a little bit of text. I'm not trying to win some design awards right now. I just want to show you some cool functionality. Okay. And let's go. I'm going to build the admin interface and the content interface all on the same page here. Okay. I'm going to show off two things right now. The first is I don't think a lot of people use the admin select box. Okay. And so what this select box does is it allows you to customize a bit of text or a different way of saving text in Total CMS. It basically allows you to define a static set of text that a user can select. Okay. So let's just call this select. Let's just keep it that. Select your option. And what we're going to do here is we're going to add options. Okay. So option one, let's just do something simple. We're going to do background colors. Okay. So let's just go ahead and do red. And my value is going to be red. Okay. And we'll do, I don't know, blue. Okay. Just you can have as many ones as you want. Here, we'll do one more just so we'll do green. Oops. Okay, and because we need to be in order, RGB, red, green, blue. Okay. I need admin core on this page. Let me put in my license. Okay, and we'll need CMS core on the page, not that CMS core. We need this CMS core. And I need a license in there. There we go. And boom, boom. Okay. So we have content area and the admin area. Now, if you're aware, we can, this saves text to Total CMS. All right, I'm sharing my, yes, okay. I thought I wasn't sharing my screen for a second. So this select box will save CMS. And just to prove it, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add in a macro up here. Actually, let's go ahead and we're going to use the text stack. Okay. And I'm just going to display, it was select. Okay. Yeah, plain text. Okay. We're going to do that. Okay. So I'm going to display the select right up in here. Okay. CMS data select. Okay. And let's go ahead and publish that. Okay. So right now, this doesn't have anything saved. If you notice, there's nothing up there. Let's go ahead and do red, and I'm going to save that. Okay, and let's refresh the page. All right, if you notice here, now we have the term red. Okay, and if I change this to green and I refresh the page, oops, I have to save it before I, there we go, save. And now the text is green. You see that? Okay. Again, red, green, blue. It's just a way of saving static text. Now, I'm just doing a simple one-liner, but you can actually save an entire paragraph of content in here. Okay? It could be as whatever text you want. It's just a way of defining predefined bits of text for your website. Now, what I'm going to use this for is I'm going to use it to toggle classes on and off an element. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and let's save that. And let's go over here, and I'm going to add a swatch to the page. Okay, and let's just add, again, I need to keep using background because it's just a really easy thing to visually see really quick. So we're going to do background, and let's do red. That's a very bright red. Where are my... Here, let's go ahead and we'll use Weaver space red. There we go, Weaver space red. And then we need green. And we'll use Weaver space green. If you're wondering, this color app is called Color Slurp. I've talked about it before. And if you didn't know, you can easily go ahead and drag and drop. You can create color palettes in here, and you can just drag and drop those colors into your color picker. Pretty cool. Okay, so now I have 3 swatches, red, green, and blue. Now, let's say I wanted to apply that to this entire container. Why not? Okay. How can we do that? Well, a class is just a bit of text, right? In the HTML. And that's exactly what Total CMS can customize. So what I'm going to do is in my custom class for this container, I'm going to put in this CMS data selector. So let's go ahead and do %CMS data select. Okay. So there we go. There is the Total CMS macro that's going to inject whatever value I select to this select box. It's going to add it there. And actually, for fun, let's go ahead and set this to be none. I'm going to add one more option. Okay, so we have none. There we go. So let's go ahead and publish that. Okay, so if you see right now, the content is set to blue. Okay, and you can see it right here. And this color is blue. And that's because if we look in the inspector for this container, there we go. It's right here. You'll notice that here. Oh, let's do this. See right. Oops. Right there. Oh no, I gotta learn this. See right there? All right. There we go. I keep on forgetting I got this cool arrow tool. Right there is the blue class. Okay. So if we go ahead and let's go ahead and change this to be red, and we'll save it. Okay, and refresh the page. There we go. Okay, you'll notice that the background content is red. The text here is red, right? The text says red. Let's go ahead and inspect. And what you'll notice here is, boom, right? See right here? There it is, red. That red class is getting the class definition from our swatch, and it's applying the background color. Again, you can apply whatever styles you want. It's just background's really easy for us to visually play around with and test. Pretty cool, right? And again, if you notice here, I said none. So I'm going to go ahead and remember none saves an empty string to the CMS. So let's go ahead and save that and refresh. And there we go. Everything is now, it doesn't have red, green, or blue class. Pretty cool. Now, this concept isn't limited to just this select box. Okay. For fun, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and let's add in a text admin area. Okay. And I'm going to make this actually select as well. Okay. This is going to edit the same CMS ID as the select box. Okay. Normally you won't have two of these on the same page. But let's go ahead and make that a plain text editor. We don't need markdown formatting. Form height, let's just do one line. Okay. And let's go ahead and publish that. Okay, so right now, this and this are actually editing the same CMS content. Normally you're not going to have two on the same page that do this, but it's going to be an interesting test just to show you what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and select red here and refresh the page. And what you notice here is, again, this is red as what we would expect, but this text box now says red. Okay, and it's, again, because this select and this are editing the same content, right? So I can go here and type in the word blue and save. And there we go, right? So this says blue. Now, if I were to type some gibberish into here, live stream, save that. This is the select. We've now kind of broken our select box because live stream wasn't an option that I added here, right? So again, this is something you're probably not going to have both on the same page, but I just wanted to show you that you can actually use this to add to classes as well. Now, if we actually were to look at this, we would notice that the classes live and stream, okay, got added. There it is. Live stream. Now, it didn't hyphenate them. It literally put exactly what I typed into that text box into the classes. Okay, so very powerful. Okay, next up, let me see if there's any questions. Alex says she uses a BWV. Yes, so if you're using a Big White Duck theme, I didn't know he had any themes. Maybe he released a blank theme. Didn't know Tav released any themes, but cool. So you'll be able to use swatches in that theme. Sweet. And yeah, please report back your findings. If you need any help on the community, we'll help you out, Alex. Let's see. Just inspect it. Okay, cool. Next up, I showed select show toggle. Okay. Whoops. I clicked that by accident. Okay. I think everyone probably knows what toggle is, right? It definitely is an easy way to toggle on and off content. Okay. But let's go ahead and do it really quick. So, here, I'll just continue on with this page here. We're just going to create a toggle. We're going to call it, here, we'll name it toggle. Okay. The CMS ID is toggle. And the rest, these are just styles. We'll just keep it as the default style. Now on the content side, when you add a toggle stack to the page, oops, what happened there? All right, whatever. So when you add toggle to the page, you have a drop zone here. Okay. And what you can do is, let's go ahead and customize this to be the same CMS ID. So we'll do a CMS ID of toggle. So you can easily toggle on and off entire bits of content on your page. Okay. Just by simply toggling this, right? Now you can also do toggle when enable. So you can have when it's on, when it's off. Okay. So let's go ahead but right now we'll just do that one. And let's go ahead and publish. There we go. So right now the toggle is off. So that entire paragraph is gone. Right, I'm going to go ahead and toggle that on, refresh my page. And now that paragraph is there. Okay. Again, I'm doing this all on one page just to speed things up. But you would obviously have your content on one page and your admin area on a different page, right? Again, I can go ahead and toggle that off. We refresh. the live page, that content is gone. It's nowhere in the HTML. It is gone. It is completely removed. It never gets downloaded. It's not loaded in the browser. That content does not exist. Now, this is a very simple example where I'm just hiding a paragraph, right? But if you talk to Chris Powers, who's AKA the Toggle King, okay, he uses toggles for all kinds of stuff. To toggle on all kinds of things. Maybe he goes a little excessive, okay? But I think he's toned down his addiction to toggles a little bit. So yeah, toggles are a great way of customizing your layout, and it gives your client control whether or not to display that content, right? So let's say they just have a temporary message they want to display on their website, or they want to toggle on and off different content areas on their web pages. You can do it with a toggle. Super easy. Chris says never. More toggles. Nice. Very nice. You can never have enough toggles. Okay. I'm not going to go into toggles. I think are a very simple concept. I just wanted to remind you that they exist. All right. Next one is actually there was a couple people over the past couple weeks that did kind of forgot that some of these stacks exist. Let's go back to blog. And inside blog list, okay, we're going to go ahead and in here, there is a layout rule. Okay. So in the blog list, I'm going to remove some of these stacks that I added earlier just to clean things up. Okay, let's go back to the blog test so we can kind of look at that data. Okay, let's play with, yeah, okay. Just looking at the data here. Okay, what the layout rule allows us to do is it allows us to customize to some degree the contents of a blog list without based on data. Okay. So for example, let's say I want if we can do logic which has content. So if let's say featured, okay. This is kind of you could do a lot of this using the classes that I showed earlier. Actually, to be honest, I probably should have started with this because it's a little bit less classy. Well, not classy, but less codey, right? So what you can do is you can say if certain fields has content or doesn't have content. So it's kind of a toggle. If this field has content, display it. If this field doesn't have content, don't display it, sort of thing, right? So for example, let's see, do some of these have summary? Not have, okay. Let's look at this here. So this is a test from AP. Also, this one has a summary. It's test. Let's go ahead and I'm going to hide all blog posts, or I'm going to hide the summary, or no, let's hide the image if a summary doesn't exist. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to say if has content summary, okay, we're going to display the summary and the image. Okay. So if the summary has content, display the image and the summary. Okay. Pretty simple. Let's go ahead and publish that. Oh, interesting. That actually has summaries. Oh, it does have a summary. The summary is a space. Interesting. Technically, it does have a summary. Okay. Let's go ahead and did any of those actually not have a summary at all? Okay. Here, let's find something else. Or we could do. we could do here, right? Draft, right? So if something was a draft, or if author existed. Oh, author didn't exist on some. I know author was blank on some. So let's go ahead. If it has an author, show the image. Okay, how about that? There, let's publish that. There we go. Right. So a lot of these didn't have an author set. And so since the author wasn't set, the image is hidden and the summary is not displayed. Okay. I don't think that's a valid use case. I just wanted to show you how you can customize things, right? Now I will foreshadow some features in Total CMS 3. We'll have much better control. You'll even have the ability to say, like, if author is Joe Workman, then do this, right? So you can do stuff like that. That'll be in Total CMS 3. It's a much better syntax, and we have a lot more flexibility with that. Okay, but we do have the ability to have this, if this field has content or if this field doesn't have content, sort of stuff, right? So there we go. Layout rule. Now, I also want to say on the blog post page, so that what I just showed you was on the blog list page. Okay, on the blog post page, we also have a layout rule, which is actually a little bit more powerful than the one in the blog list. Okay. So the blog layout rule here, you can actually filter by author. So you can actually do stuff like if author is Joe Workman. Okay. And then whatever you add into here, it'll only display it if the author is Joe Workman. Okay. So again, you can do authors, categories, tags. You can search. So you can search various fields for content. Right. So you could be like, if the author has Joe or something like that, or if the content has the word hello. Okay. If the content contains the word hello, then use this layout rule. Right. You can do empty. And let me turn off some of these so it's less confusing. So you can say if you can base content based on maybe if media field. Okay. Here's actually a very a useful one. If the media field is empty, okay, actually we want else logic here. So let's say, for example, in the media field of a blog, you put in the URL to a MP4 video that's hosted on the server, okay, or maybe a YouTube video ID or a Vimeo video ID, something like that, right? If it's not empty, okay, then we want to display that, right? So let's go ahead and let's do like video. Or we'll just use the Foundation 6 video. You can use any video stack though, right? And inside here, you would put the video URL and you would put in was it dude, I don't remember was it media, or let's go ahead and add macro hints. Let's go in here, blog macro hints. And I need the blog media, I think it is. Oh, here. Blog media strip HTML. Okay, here. Or actually, we just need blog media. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and here. We're going to go here. And we're going to do percent blog media, parentheses. There we go. So now, okay, we don't need this macro hints. Now, if there is a video, or if the video is empty, I want nothing, right? Or maybe you want to display an image or something like that. But if there isn't, or if there is a video, then it's actually going to load the video URL that we've added to the blog post inside of this video stack, right? So very powerful here. I think this exact solution was for somebody a couple weeks ago. He was using my HTML5 video stack, and he wanted to display it based on if the URL to the video was in the media field. And this is the exact solution you need. Okay. Other things you could do with layout rules, okay, is, obviously things like if it's featured, if it's draft, if it's archived, things of that nature, and genre or label. So you have, the ability to really customize your blog post pages based on data. Okay. All right. And that actually reminds me, on the content side, there is actually hold on, I think there is. before I. Yes. Okay. There is a stack called Select Show. Okay. It is a Total CMS content stack. I almost forgot this existed actually. So let's go ahead and add that to the page. Okay. And what this allows us to do is it's kind of similar to the layout rules. Now let's clean up this page a little bit. Yeah. And that what you can do is you can say if total CMS ID, so let's do like select, if it's equal to red, okay, and you can do equal to, greater than, less than, contains string, not equal to, right? So if the select box equals red, okay, this is something we could test really quickly. Let's go ahead and display, let's go ahead and display this. Red. All right, let's go ahead and publish that. All right, so let's go ahead and remember if we set it to red, I'm going to save that. If you notice here, now we have this header, I am red, okay, along with all those styles we had previously, right? But I'm displaying this content, I am red. And that's only because this select was set to be red. If I change it to green, oops, I need to actually save. You'll notice that I am red doesn't exist, right? So this this select show stack is kind of like a layout rule that we have in blog, but it's for any CMS text content, which is pretty powerful. Any non-blog content, you can use select show. Okay. There were a couple other Total CMS that aren't necessarily related to layout stuff, but there were some questions that I wanted to resolve today and to kind of teach you. And the first is on a blog post page. Okay. Let's say, actually, here, let's go here. Let's say I wanted to display on my homepage, I wanted to display the latest blog post. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the blog post stack to the page. And let's just go ahead and add image as well. Okay. And Foundation 6. So on my homepage, I don't want to pass a permalink equals. I just want it to always display the latest blog post. How do we do that? So you add the blog post stack to the page and you give it your blog. I think my CMS ID is blog. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use these settings here called Total Blog Dynamic Post Filter. Okay. And by default, this is actually already set up to display the latest blog post. So what we're going to do is we're going to order by newest. Think of this as these filter options are exactly the same as what we have in the blog list stack. So picture you're building out a blog list, but then only the very first result is what the blog post stack will get and display. Hopefully that makes sense. So here I'm saying filter all the blog posts, order them by the newest. So I want the newest first. And include featured, include drafts, hide archives, so on and so forth, and then display the first blog post. So let's go ahead and publish that and have a look. Turn those keys off. Oops. Oh, did I not publish? I thought I published. Was it not blog? What's the CMS ID here? Yeah, it's blog. That's weird. Here, let's go ahead. I'm going to hide all the hide. And here for fun, actually, I need to, says we're in foundation, just go ahead and add that in the container. All right, let's publish that. Interesting. Let's look at my my filters here. Newest. Oh, only I think some of my dates on my posts are messed up. Let's do all posts. Again, my test is really funky. So what? Include featured, hide drafts, hide archived, CMS ID blog. Huh. Man, see, look at that. Even things for me mess up sometimes. Fine, republish all files. There are no changes there. Whatever. Man, what a rookie. What's going on here? Let's go ahead and I'm gonna put in a blog list. Only past posts. Newest first. Featured before all posts. Huh. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's just say random post. Why is that not something break? Very odd. Oh, well, my blog list showed up. What the heck? Man, I got egg on my face right now. No wonder my this was actually to help my dad. He was like, Joe, I need this. And I was like, it's easy. Just do this. And look at that. What the heck's going on here? Boom. That does not work. Well. Very interesting. Did he preview the post? No, it shouldn't matter. Previewing the post because the post page is the same. Oh, darn it. You have to set, you have to set blog post to dynamic post. Totally forgot about that. By default, it's going to query the URL for your blog post. You have to set it to be dynamic post. See? Man, what a rookie. Set the blog post to be a dynamic post. Then you can use these settings. So now if I want newest, I can go ahead and go to newest. Oh, Jesus. Look at that. Go through the settings, Joe. Go through the settings. And there we go. There's the newest blog post, right? Now, if you wanted a random, I think that's kind of a cool thing too. Set the order to be random. Let's go ahead and publish. Now, every time I load the page, it loads a random blog post. There we go. Okay. So that was the key. Set the blog post to load dynamically instead of loading it from the URL. Duh. Okay. One other thing. Dave Hitting. I don't know, Dave, if you're here. But Dave wanted the ability to so he's building out a blog, okay? And he kind of has like an old school layout that he's trying to build. And let's just quickly build out a 2-column here. You know, like the really old school layouts where you have your blog post, but then over here on the sidebar, like you have like a list of like all your archives. So like you can like link to all your blog posts from January of 2020 or whatever, right? So I don't newer blogs don't really do that, but he had a requirement that a customer wanted that. So yeah, it's possible with Total CMS. It's been there for blogs since day one. And you do it through the blog filter stack. Okay. So if we go to blog filter, set this to be blog. And what you can do is you're going to set the blog list URL to be when you click on a link, this is the blog list page it's going to go to. Okay. So in my case, we're going to link to blog test. Okay. All right, set that. All right. And then in here, what you can do is we want links. So I want to display a list of links. And in this case, there's all kinds of stuff here. You can do categories with authors underneath. You do also a lot of really cool stuff here. But what he wants is here, month and year. Okay, so data type month and year. And then there's always the very first link should link to like all posts, right? So that's your label for that. And you could also include totals. Excuse me. And we want to do all posts, include featured. Okay, let's leave that. And my 2 column, I don't want 50%. Let's go ahead and do like column 1 is like 75. There we go. Let's do that. Okay. So let's go ahead and publish that. So let's go ahead and click on a blog post. And wait, what? Didn't I add that to the blog post page? Did I not? How come I'm not seeing what's going on here? That's weird. Not even getting my new layout. Man, I am just striking out this afternoon. Look at this. I need to do a new private window. Oh, it's linking to sandbox.joeworkman.net. How did I go there? That's weird. Let's go to back to preview. Oh, it's because my blog post URL is funny. Okay, I know why it did that. If I click on a blog post, it's linking to my online version, not my local version. So let me just go ahead and change this to be preview. There we go. All right. Well, that image looks like horrible, but we notice here on the side, which is the lists that we created, we now have a list of all links with archives, and it even has the little totals, which is pretty cool. If I go ahead and click on that, let's say like December 23, it displays all of the blog posts for that date. If you're curious how that's done, if you look over here, it's just, you can look at the URL query parameters, and you can pass year and month to a blog list page, and it'll filter by that year and that month. So like if you wanted everything that was 2023, you could do that and get everything that's year 2023. Pretty cool. No, I don't think I've ever actually showed anyone that. It's kind of a dirty little secret. So there we go. And let's go back to this page. There are other things that you can do with blog filter. So like if you didn't want links, you can actually do a filter select as well. And then this filter select will do, you can't do dates with filter select. The filter select only allows tags and categories and authors. But let's say if you want it, if we do tags, right? Let's go ahead and publish that. And refresh this page. You'll see now that it will list all of our categories here. Okay. And so we can click and easily see all the, we click on that. If you want the box to automatically submit when you select change, go ahead and in blog filter, you say auto submit on select change. And then whenever you change one of those select boxes, it will automatically submit that, right? So we can go ahead and go to, let's say, I need to refresh my page. If I go ahead and go to blog, right, it'll auto submit and it'll take us to the blog list page and it'll filter by the tag of blog, right? In this particular instance, there's only one post, but there we go. Cushioning setting that, yeah, again, I'm not trying to win any design awards on right now. I'm just trying to show you the functionality. So yes, there needs to be this. Here, this image needs to be Foundation 6 support. Here, publish. Now we have that sidebar that has, all these filters. Now it's kind of cool. Here, let's go ahead. I'm going to copy this layout over to the blog list page. Okay. Although I don't want the blog post stack. I want the blog list. And I want to put that, oops. What the heck? Blog list there, or we don't want this. All right. Oh, oops. Categories, tags. All right. So here I have two filter selects in the sidebar of this blog list page. Let's go ahead and make sure that I filter out the right page. Yes. Okay, there we go. All right. And then I also have this auto submit on select change. Let's go ahead and publish that. Oh, let's go ahead and remove this layout rule really quick. 1 second. All right. I don't want that anymore. Let's go to blog content. All right. So here we are on a blog list page. So here's all my blog posts. Okay. And then over here on the sidebar, I have various selects. Here's it shows as tags, and here it shows as categories. What's kind of cool is if we go ahead and do like blog, okay. And if I go to category, I can do like, well, if I did category blog, well, there's no post found. So, but what I wanted to show you is these will build upon each other. Okay. So if I did all tags, your email, that's fine. Oh, I removed the tag here. Let's add the tagging categories so we can kind of see what's going on here. So when you have multiple selects inside of the same block filter, it's like an and logic, right? So it'll combine the two into one filter, which is interesting. So here, now we see, let's say this one has hipster and blogs. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do tag of hipster and category of blogs. Well, that's the same one, but if you had a lot, and I don't have a lot of blog posts here, right? So, is there anything? Let's see. I have cat 1, cat 2. I don't have anything great here. Oh, here. This one has Mercury. Oh, they both have the same category of blogs. All right, never mind. Now, let's say you wanted to have these work independently of each other. So you wanted to have a filter for tags and a filter for categories, but you didn't want them to have that and logic. What you would do is you would just simply have multiple blog filters. So they would be inside their own dedicated blog filter stack. So now I have tags and category, but because they're a part of their own dedicated blog filter, they're independent of each other. Hopefully that makes sense. Sweet. I think that does it for all the coolness I wanted to show off today. Again, I didn't show any polish today. I wanted to show you how Total CMS can be used, you know, just as raw data to, you know, filter out and customize your layouts. You build your layouts. These are just tools that allow you to customize them, using either swatches or, you know, completely showing or hiding stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I did promise we were going to do a couple trivia things. Okay. So give me 1 second. I want to verify the answer to my first question really quick. And let me go ahead and verify this really quick. That doesn't answer it for me though. 1 second. I need to give me a second. Sorry about that. What the heck's going on here? I think my internet just, oh, I'm still streaming. There it goes. Ha. Okay. Got it. I was actually wrong. So interesting. Okay. All right. Question number 1. Okay. So I've never done this before. The first person that answers it correctly in the chat will be the winner, and you will win a $10 on Weaver Space. Okay. Hopefully I'll recognize your name. I'll find you. If I say you win, message me on Weaver Space and I'll send you your $10 store credit. Okay. Question number 1. We ready? Drum roll. Okay. What year was Stacks 1.0 released? Boom. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. What year was Stacks released? No. Oh man, a lot of guesses. No one know it. Everyone's dancing around the years. Stacks 1.0. When was the first public release of Stacks 1.0? I see a lot of dates, but none of the right ones yet. Boom, Jason Fox. 2009. Jason Fox. You got it. Good job, Jason. Okay. Okay, I promise we'll do 2. Okay, next one. What was the name of the first stack that I publicly released? I think this one actually might be harder than the Sweet Button. Nope, wasn't Sweet Button. The very first stack I released in 2009. I should have known Stacks was 1.0 was 2009 because that's when I shipped my first stack too. Nope, wasn't Jack. Nope, Foundation came a long time after. Foundation didn't come until Stacks 3, I think. Total CMS 3. Yeah, Bill, you're fired, Bill. Smart ass. Responsive grid. Nope. It doesn't. I'll give you a clue. It doesn't even exist anymore. I don't even sell it anymore. It does not exist. But the jock, Bill Francis, was actually close with Total CMS 3. My first stack was CMS related. 10. Nope. My first stack was CMS related. Nope. And I'll be honest, my first stack was one line of HTML. That's it. That's all it was. PageLime, close. It was actually a predecessor to PageLime. PageLime was my next instance. Easy CMS, nope. I don't even know if people even remember this one. I might have to have a backup question here. Okay, backup question. Okay, let me think of a backup question here. I wasn't prepared. I thought someone would actually know that question. Let's do. All right. Okay. Here we go. Global content. Nope. All right. I'll if anyone answers that question before someone answers this question, I'll give you $20 if you answer the name of my very first stack. Okay. But question number 2 then. All right. Well, question number 3. What year? We'll stick with the year ones. What year was Foundation 1 released? How about that? My Foundation 1 stacks. What year? $2012. Nope. Foundation 1.0. Man, I've seen a lot of years, but none of the right ones. That's hilarious. Scott Williams. He gets it. 2014. Okay. Mr. Williams, you win. 2014. It's funny how many people answered every year all around 2014. Okay. My very first stack that I released was named Cushy CMS. Cushy CMS. And it allowed you to edit your content. You had to log into cushycms.com. Oh, does that even exist anymore? I doubt that exists. cushycms.com. Holy crap, the website's still up. There we go. They have the sofa too and everything. A truly simple CMS. What? You could still use this? No way, it's still like operable. For $28 a month. So yeah, it allowed you to edit your content online. So you could define basically whatever, you could drag stacks into the Cushy CMS stack, and then you could edit it on cushicms.com. Now the thing is now this was the horrible part of the stack, which is why I don't sell it anymore. Was once you published, you were like done. You couldn't publish it again because it would override whatever content you edited via Cushy CMS. So in that respect, it was a horrible stack. But yeah, Cushy CMS was my very first stack that I made. And that graduated into PageLine, which then had the ability to, still publish and not lose your changes. And then PageLine went belly up, and ultimately that's what led to Total CMS. So yeah, there we go. Cool. Yes, Cool Iris was my second stack. Good one, Mark. That's another one that doesn't exist anymore. Let's see if their website's up. Cool Iris. Oh, apparently Firefox acquired them. Oh, wait. That's the app. It's like on, I don't know. I don't think Cool Iris is still around. If anyone doesn't know, it was like this photo wall thing that you like. It was like a Flash plugin, basically, that did all kinds of crazy stuff. So there we go. Well, that was fun. What do you guys think of the trivia at the end? I think it's kind of cool. I think we'll stick with it. I like it. So, yeah. What was it? Jason Fox and Scott Williams. I'll send you guys your $10. So you guys were the winners today. We'll keep that up. I'll have to, I'm not sure how long I can go and keep thinking of trivia. We might need to start eventually diving into what's the CSS to do this or something like that. I don't know how much trivia I can come up with, but there we go. While I got your ears, so Elixir, if you saw my post yesterday, I think it was yesterday, right? It was yesterday morning. He added a post, and he will not be porting Foundry as of his post over to RapWeaver Elements. So that's very interesting news. I won't give my comments right now on that. If you want some candid commentary about that, we can chat about it on Friday. I think it's good news, and I think it just shows you how powerful Stacks Pro is going to be when we get to see it at the summit. And hopefully you got your summit tickets. So I still have, I think there's 2 or 3 speaking spots still open. So if you're wanting to share your knowledge, the stuff you got up here in your noggin, let me know, and you can speak at the conference, and I hope to see you there. A lot of people already bought their tickets, so make sure that you get your tickets to the summit. As Scott Williams says, the Weaver Space Summit is the best add-on in the entire Stacks community. So there we go. Thanks for that, Scott quote. I like it. So, yeah, have a great rest of your week. Hopefully I'll see you on Friday at the Hangouts, and go out there and make something great.